Hey, great day, people of God. Your boy, Pastor Levi Rozier. It's your midday builders quote. And you know, it is Father's Day weekend coming up. So I want to kind of feed our fathers and actually feed your spirit at the same time. I know I'm coming from my Builders Unite book. It's a 52-week devotion. I know I'm come from, but because it's Father's Day week, I'm going to kind of give you speak to real time, speak to you right in your heart, where your mind is at. And I've decided to do it at a place that is a hallmark place for me, and I hope it speaks life to you. Right behind me, guys, is where I graduated from high school at. I know it don't look like a gymnasium now, but it was my gymnasium here in Twiz County, Georgia. So I had to make a trip out here to really, I want to shoot this and speak volume to you because it's a epiphany or a hallmark for me. So I want to make sure you connect what I'm saying. In 1 Corinthians 16:13, Paul gave this scripture to us. He said, "Be watchful." And it says, "Stand firm in the faith." And then he says, "Act like a man." And then he said, "Be strong." Now, the act like the man part is what I want to talk about, but as much as not about act like a man, as much as the King James Version says, he said, "Be courageous." Now, I want to talk about real quick for the next 2 or 3 minutes about owning it and taking responsibility. The reason I want to stand in front of this gymnasium, my dad was not in my life as much as some kids were, and I was coming up. I'm the oldest son. But here's where the rubber meets the road at. When I graduated high school, all my family was there, friends was there. And my dad lived in the same county that I did, but was not at my graduation. And I'm happy and excited about graduating, but there was something missing because my dad was not there. Now, my dad missed a whole lot of stuff in my life and my marriage, all that. So he missed a whole lot of moments in my life, but this was a hallmark moment for me because it was a special place in my life. Now, if I was not careful, over the years, I lived at this moment for about 5 to 10 years, almost too long. I stayed here too long that I did not act like a man or take on my own responsibility. And that's what Paul is saying. Now, I'm not trying to mess up this text here, and I'm not trying to explicate or trying to do hermeneutics. I'm just trying to pull a principle from it by saying we have to own it. We cannot allow ourselves to stay here like I did for the 4 or 5 years. I stayed right here. I couldn't get no further. I couldn't move past this. I want you guys right now to take this text and act like a man, or be courageous, act responsible, own it now. Now, I can't blame my father for being a bad father. I can't blame my father for being a bad husband. I can't blame my father for mismanaging my own money. I can't blame my father for not being there for my own kids or trying to take care of my own responsibility. Now, I came out here to show you how, if we're not careful, this gymnasium, and I cherish it, I love my alma mater, if I'm not careful, I will make this gymnasium my graveyard. And I make all the excuses on why I can't become what God desires me to become. So I want to challenge you. I don't know your graveyard. I don't know your moments where life hits you hard, hits you sideways, man, woman, child, whoever that is. We must, as Paul said, he said, be watchful. Other words, wake up. Stand firm in your faith. Know who you are in God. Then he said, act like a man or act courageous. And then he said, be strong, be steadfast. Don't let people rock you. God has a plan for your life greater than you can expect. It is Father's Day weekend. We're moving toward that way. And what we're living in right now, you'll hear my message on Sunday morning. We're in what we call a fatherless generation, not as if dads are not just there. I'm talking about the spirit of the Father, where our country is just losing its way because we don't have God's hand on us as he should. So I want to speak life to you, mom. Speak life to you, child. I want to speak life to you corporately. I want to speak life to you, dad. Take on the responsibility. It is time for you and I to act like a man. I love you. I'm praying for you. Happy Father's Day weekend to all you guys. Celebrate your dad, your fathers. I love you guys so much. Be blessed. I'll see you soon.